Welcome to another CTV Sports presentation. CTV Sports is brought to you by St. Clair Chevy Buick GMC. We care. By Murphy Inn, Restaurant and Hotel in St. Clair. By North Star Bank, North Star, guiding the way. By Neiman's Family Market. By St. Clair's Home Goods and Ace Hardware, and by CTV Community TV in Marine City in St. Clair.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to St. Clair Saints football. John Carter along with Denny White. And, Coach, starting off on the 2018 season, couldn't have a better night to play some football.
A perfect night for football, and both teams are looking to come out on top tonight because neither one was happy with their performances last year.
Saints coming off a 2-7 season. Cros-Lex finished 5-4. Both teams missed the playoffs. And what do the Saints need to do, do you think, tonight to take on this tough Pioneer organization?
I think what they need to do is assimilate Coach Bishop's offense. This is the second year for both the JV and the varsity to run it, and I think they'll be better. It's hard to run a new system when you're accustomed to an old one. I think they need to take advantage of the offensive weapons that they have, and hopefully the large number of juniors coming up from last year's undefeated JV team will have a positive impact.
Well, the Saints will receive kickoff tonight, and they will start going from our left to right. However, a significant injury for the Saints tonight. Really one of the key players on the team for this year, tailback Ethan Mon, will not be playing due to an injury, so he's in street clothes, and most likely it's going to fall to Brendan Ruba and Brady Gleason to pick up some of that slack.
Yes, absolutely, and that's a very difficult thing to have happen. I'm not sure how long he's going to be out, but obviously he's not going to play tonight because he's not dressed.
All right, so deep for the Saints. Number 4, Scott Selleck, and number 7, Austin Schweiger. Number 22, Duncan Gillis, and let's see, number 20, I think, Christian Jabiro are partway back. Kicking off for Cros-Lex as soon as we can catch his number is number 5.
Joey Johnson.
That'll be Joey Johnson, who is also their quarterback.
He does about everything for them, yep.
So here it is, coming up the start of the 2018 season, Saints versus Pioneers. Kickoff up in the air nicely by Johnson. Number 7, Schweiger gives it off to number 4, Selleck, and he is stopped inside the 20. Tough tackle on the reverse, didn't fool anybody.
No, did not at all. They loaded up that side, and that's the side the ball was kicked to, and that's the side we ran to, and it was crowded over there.
We mentioned junior, number 12, Brady Gleason, will lead the Saints tonight. He should have Austin Schweiger, Brendan Ruba in the backfield along with him. I come out in a straight eye. Schweiger split right. Gleason adjusting his head snap and chin strap. And now shift into a kind of a wildcat or shotgun formation. Number 4, Selleck, splits left. Schweiger, quick hitch, beats one, and tackle from behind, picks up about 4 yards, and nice start there, and give Gleason a little bit of confidence with a short completion.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a new wrinkle for this offense. So it's probably something Cros-Lex had not seen, and it's, like you said, it's a confidence builder.
Number 11, Matt Buslup, comes in. He split right. Schweiger, Selleck, split left. Another pass this time. That's in and out of the hands of Schweiger. And it'll bring up third down, 3rd and about 5 for the Saints. Gleason goes to the sideline to pick up the play from new Coach Gary Griffin, correct, Coach?
Right. He was last year's junior varsity head coach. Very knowledgeable, very aggressive play calling. He'll be fun to watch.
All right, Gleason will come back. He's a junior, starting his first game for the Saints at quarterback, but has good experience from the JV team, Coach.
He
right?
does. He was the quarterback for the freshman team and the JV team, and for those 2 years, the program was 17-1.
All right, Gleason again. Pass to the outside, just out of the reach of number 4, Selleck. Good looking throw, but just off the fingertips, and the Saints will have to punt. That's 4th down and 5. Saints weren't able to control or convert that first down, and now Cros-Lex comes away with field position, which is the reason he usually turned down receiving the ball that first time.
Right. That's right.
All right, number 4, Isaac Lerma is deep for Cros-Lex. Here comes a snap. Kind of a rolling kick, but gets a good bounce.
Nice bounce.
And that's going to roll down well into Cros-Lex territory. That couldn't have worked out much better.
Just like they practiced it.
And the Pioneers will take over on their own 31. 1st and 10. I think that was Schweiger maybe punting. Wasn't sure.
Jared Lenarski.
Jared Lenarski was a punter. We mentioned Joey Johnson, kind of the do-it-all player for Cros-Lex. Excellent quarterback. Can do it both on his legs, and with his arm. And he's a good player, and one you'll probably have to watch. A senior. He's been starter here for a couple years.
He has, and this is a wide open offense that if you miss an assignment, bad things happen.
Number 6, Vincent Scaramacina in motion and given off to 7. That's Paul Scaramacina, and he's tackled right away. Number 9 is Sean Donaldson, outside linebacker for St. Clair. Read that play. It just made a good stop on the outside on Scaramacina.
Sean Donaldson is a very aggressive athlete. He just has a nose for the ball, a sense of where it's going, and he doesn't miss tackles.
That was nicely done that time. Up front, Saints going to count on defensive end Parker Griefor, number 52. Number 78 is Lance Schweihofer. Both those guys saw a lot of time last year. In the middle for the Saints. Johnson now again, shotgun. Scaramacina, quick look at him. Nice comeback. That's the Lerma. Yep. And good tackle again by St. Clair.
Jabiro on the tackle.
Christian Jabiro with
nice
the tackle.
Coverage. Nice coverage.
That's the play. If you can hold that kind of turn in, make the tackle after the pass is delivered, that's a successful defensive play.
As long as you keep that receiver in front of you, you stand a chance.
All right. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5 for Cros-Lex. 2 Scaramacinas in the backfield for Cros-Lex. Paul is a senior, and number 6, Vincent, is a sophomore. Lots of time for Johnson. Rolls out to the right. Gets outside. Nope. Tries to turn it up and gets hit pretty far outside. No flags, it doesn't look like, and that'll bring up a 4th down and maybe about 2 yards.
I think that was fortunate not to get a flag on that.
Kind of those first game, probably jitters and nerves and everything else going on. And so deep for St. Clair is number 7. That'll be Schweiger. And this is kind of a semi-punt, semi-regular play formation. Johnson certainly, with the punter, can kick it. He did.
Yeah, that's what they did last night. They get up there close, so it gives them the option.
And that's an excellent punt. Going to roll dead at about the 16 or 17-yard line. And the advantage of having your quarterback as a punter, Saints had to play that as a real play.
Oh, you have to. Yeah, absolutely right.
And that ball rolled untouched because the Saints safeties came up. And the Saints, again, will start with tough field position inside their own 20. At the 17, it's marked. And Gleason comes back out for the Saints.
Well, the Saints have to be pleased that was a good defensive stand.
Good tackling for the Saints. And breaking their huddle. Like 86, Garrison Dombrowski at tight end. Rube in the backfield. Nice hold that time, but quickly closed off by Cros-Lex. Kruski with the carry that time, number 1. Setting the backfield, you got Kruski, Gleason, Jabiro. Now some substitutes. Ruba comes back in. He replaces Jamison Henson. And you'll see a lot of substituting here, especially early on.
Absolutely will, yep.
Coaches seeing who can handle this, and early in the season, Gleason now under center. Run left. Ruba gets through there. I'm sorry, that's Kruski again. Kind of got tripped up and managed to stay on his feet. Gained about 4 or 5 yards. That was a positive play. Brings up a 3rd and 4. Schweiger comes back in, brings the play. That's number 86. Garrison Dombrowski, the tight end, comes out. Buslip and Schweiger back in. Probably going to be some sort of spread formation. Buslip comes right along with Schweiger. Double wides here for St. Clair. Gleason rolls, and it throws a little bit low for Matt Buslip. And again, the Saints turn it over. No rhythm yet for either team on offense.
And I think the Saints are getting the looks that they want. They're just not, they're not connecting yet.
And it's no surprise, really. It's the 23rd of August, and 2 full weeks before school starts. This is, and it has to be done for the Michigan playoff system to work. But these early games are tough.
That's right.
All right, Lenarski again. Gets it. Nice punt this time, boy.
Turnover. Oh,
turned it over, but it got deep. And good tackle on Lemmer. Number 30, Ruba, with the tackle. That was nicely done in the open field.
Nice tackle.
A little bit better field position for Cros-Lex this time as they take over in the 49-yard line. No score yet. 7 minutes, 25 seconds. You're watching St. Clair Saints football, CTV Channel 6. John Carter along with Denny White. And really pleased to bring you tonight's first broadcast of St. Clair football for 2018. All right, Cros-Lex with their second possession. Johnson along with Paul Scaramucina. Number 20 is Jake Knoll. He's kind of split out left. Lermer is right. Knoll comes in motion, and that play was diagnosed very quickly. Knoll gets not very much at all. It looks like Lance Schweihofer, defensive end on our left side there, with a great tackle. That was a loss of about 3 yards. Cros-Lex back to their own 45. And again, good start for the Saints defense.
Absolutely. They read that play really well and shut it down.
All right, again, double wings for Cros-Lex. No Saints safety, so if someone breaks through there, it's a long way to run. Now they shift back into a little bit more of a safety. Johnson rolls to his left. Nice looking throw, just over the hands of number 9, Kurt Townsend, and he had a step.
He did, and it's a surprise you get a step on Kruski, because Kruski has great speed and has played a lot of defense over the years.
Good throw that time by Johnson. Tough throw when you're a right-handed quarterback rolling to your left, and he had good footwork and got it down there at 45, 40 yards, but just off the hands of number 9, Kurt Townsend. So that makes it 3rd and 5. Cros-Lex on their own 45. Johnson again in the backfield with Scary Messina. That one's Paul. Triple now to the left. One to the right. Snaps back to Johnson. In the middle. Good throw. Good catch by number 9. Again, that's Johnson. I think number 7, Schweiger with the tackle, but good throw. Not much you can do on that one.
No, there was an open spot in that zone, and he found it, and Joey Johnston hit him. This is an experienced Cros-Lex group.
First down for either team, and that puts Cros-Lex now on the 45. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a 4th down. My bad, I forgot about the... And again, that pooch kick by Johnson puts the Saints back in their own territory.
That was not as well done as the first one.
But still, the Saints starting in high school, starting from inside your 25, not a lot of drives go over 75 yards in high school. Actually, not even in the pros, but certainly not in high school. All right, Saints, again, back on offense. Gleason will lead the team out. Krisky will be tailback.
Okay, there should be some rhythm this time. This is the 3rd attempt, so upstairs they should have found out what they were looking for and see if they can capitalize on it.
I will mention hardly even a breath of wind tonight. Again, almost perfect conditions, so no team with an advantage going either direction here. Gleason to Krisky. Nice little sidestep, but, well, he gets a little bit extra with some second effort. And let's see, probably 2 or 3 yards on that one. Give him 3. 2nd down and 7. And Saints just need a first down, I think, Coach, to kind of get some rhythm and confidence in their offense here. Gleason again. Krisky deep. And tough off with the handle off the center snap.
Ball's
and
on the ground, yeah.
Not sure who's got it. It looks like Saints did recover. I think that was number 62, Steve Sands, and that center snap again early on in the season is always problematical. That brings it back. Now it'll be 3rd down and about 8 for St. Clair. Henson comes out again. Probably spread receivers, and Brady completed his first pass. Hasn't had any luck since then. He'd like to get a second completion here, get that first down. Bush slipped down to the right. Schweiger resets to the left side. And finally on the Saints, that's too much time. Delay of game against St. Clair. And it's always, I know it's a tough one, especially when you have a potential fumble and they're unpacking people, but that clock starts.
Yep.
And the result is a 5-yard penalty. That brings the Saints back, and it's now going to be 3rd and 13 on their own 21. They have to get to their 34 for a first down. This time 86, Dombrowski comes right along with Buslip. Gleason drops back, got time.
There he is. There he is.
On the sideline, knocked away at
Nice
the last
play.
minute by number 25, James Cummings. That was a good play by the defensive back. His throw was there, but quick closing speed, and Cummings knocked it away from Schweiger.
Nice excellent pass, nice route, but a little too long developing. It allowed the safety to go over the top.
All right, Saints again have to punt away, and Lenarski's going to have a tired leg here. Jared, number 10, he'll be punting away. Lermer is deep for Cros-Lex and timeout for St. Clair.
Yep, 10 guys.
Not enough people on the field. Let's take a chance here to do a couple of upcoming announcements. Don't forget the upcoming Saints Days for high school, August 27th and 28th. Students use that to get their IDs, books, and schedules so they're prepared for school on September the 4th. Also, just a reminder that the vacation raffle tickets are being sold by the football program. First prize is a $6,000 travel voucher for the Caribbean. Second prize, a $1,500 travel voucher, and third prize is a $500 gas card. See any football parent for tickets. All right, Saints quickly back on the field, but Cros-Lex isn't there yet, so they can't start.
No.
All right, number 4, Isaac Lerma, sophomore for Cros-Lex, will be deep safety. Jared Lenarski, number 10, junior for St. Clair, will be punting away, his third punt of the evening. Snap a little bit high. Lenarski gets it. And this one's an end-over-end kick and gets another good bounce. And out of bounds, no return at the 50. And I think from the 10-yard line, you'll take that.
We'll take that every time, yep.
No return, and that's called punting where they aren't.
If your first quarter highlight is the punter, however, you may want to take a look at what you're doing.
And eventually this field position is going to tell. Cros-Lex has been getting the ball right around their 40, 50-yard line. Saints playing great defense so far, but Johnson is a danger, and you're just waiting for something to happen. All right. Number 9, Townsend, Singer to the right. Lerma, Scaramuzia, Musino out to the right. Johnson with Paul Scaramuzzino in the backfield. Direct snap, Johnson again, rolls right. Schweihofer, good stop there. Down deep, and almost picked off.
Hey, he grabbed his hand, but apparently there is no call.
All right, we'll take that one. Saints, again, with pretty good defense. Long pass from Johnson, a little bit underthrown. I think that was in defense, Aiden Gadecki, number 36. If he's a linebacker, he went a long way with that receiver, and that was pretty good defense. Gadecki, again, one of the other classmen, a sophomore, playing in his first varsity game. All right, 2nd and 10. Double wide for Cros-Lex. Handoff this time, Musina. He's got open, and there's not anybody there. Musino tripped up at the 1-foot line, I think. Tackle made by number 30, Ruba. But as we noted before, that double wide out, if there's a break up the middle, there's no safety there.
You only need a small spot.
And Paul Scaramuzzino. And we have a replay on that quick scamper. Musino, you can see there's no one for the Saints in the middle of the field.
There's a huge hole there. Yep.
And just really good attempt by Schweiger first, and then Ruba running him down. And you can see brought down just in front of the goal line, but Cros-Lex first and golden goal on about the 1-foot line. Johnson still not under center, takes it about 6-7 yards deep. And he puts it on the floor, and that's the danger of that deep snap, and all of a sudden, Cros-Lex is back inside, out there at their 6-yard line.
Well, and they run from that pistol and have for years and years and years. But every once in a while, you get that bad snap.
Well, and again, we talk about you can go under center. You're 6 inches from the goal line,
Right.
and basically you tap the centers behind and you foul them.
Yep.
And I know that's the way Cros-Lex plays, but that one it turned out and wasn't a turnover, but certainly gave Saints some breathing room here. All right, Johnson again.
And
that
see,
pistol
now you could do that.
rolls right.
Yeah.
And quick move away, and did he score? Hard to tell. No indication. And touchdown for Cros-Lex. Johnson made a nice move on the far outside there and scooted in the end zone, and Cros-Lex leads 6-0.
Well, and he's the quarterback is the fellow that's not accounted for by your defense. So
Yep.
if he can get around the end, he's alone.
And they flooded that zone over there, you can see, with receivers, and Johnson broke contain on the right side and got into the end zone. Kick by number 5 for Cros-Lex, Joey Johnson.
Must be something he doesn't do.
I haven't seen him on defense. Maybe he's on defense, but
I think if they're smart, they won't put him there.
extra point for Johnson makes it 7-0, and Cros-Lex draws first blood. And the big play there was the 40-yard plus run by Paul Scaramucino, and he found some open territory inside the Saints defense, Coach.
Yep. There's just like you mentioned, because you have to cover those wideouts. If somebody just breaks free, there's nothing there.
And up until then, the Saints have done a pretty good job, I think, controlling that line of scrimmage with their front 3 and front 6. But that time a hole was created, and Scaramucino, a senior, knew what to do with it. Cros-Lex will be kicking off from their own 40 with a 7-0 lead, 2 minutes 26 seconds left. First game of the St. Clair Saints varsity season. Johnson puts it on the tee. Schwieger and Krusky deep. And Johnson's kick. Oh, that's good. Good deep kick. Fake the reverse this time. Schwieger has it, and he's got a room.
There he goes.
He's got room, and he's got speed. Austin Schwieger cuts it back to the middle, and excellent
What a
move that
great
time.
fake. What a great fake on the reverse.
Tackled by number 50, Dylan Kuhn, but that time, tremendous fake by the Saints. Here comes a replay, and you'll watch this. Watch the way Schwieger holds the ball against his side as he makes this play.
Plus, he slows down. He's not running full speed. He's running like he just handed it off. It's like, I got no problem.
Yep,
here.
and then
he takes
turns
off.
around at about the 20-yard line and untouched all the way to the 45 and tackled at the 48-yard line for St. Clair. 1st and 10, and Saints needed that field position.
Yep, nicely done. There's a shot in the arm.
All right, see if Saints can take advantage of this first good field position for this evening. Gleason gets a snap, looks around, has time. Open is number 7, Schwieger again. And hard tackle, but there's a flag on the play, and when you have that much time. Let's watch Gleason now drop back on the replay. You can see he has lots of time, but right there, one of their Cros-Lex players thrown down in the middle, and that's going to be holding against the Saints, and that negates a really positive play for the Saints offense. And got to say, it's a pretty good call by the official.
Yep. Plus, it was right in front of him.
Yep. And a main first down, but now the Saints will have 1st and 20 as a result of the penalty. And really a big thing, though, is it negated a great play, although that play worked. And that's going to make Brady feel better and Austin feel better. Now they just have to do the same thing. It's just difficult to make up 20 yards. All right, back to the 34-yard line for St. Clair. 1st and 20. Krusky's behind Gleason. Gleason again drops back, going deep, and that one's short. I think that was intended for number 86, Garrison Dombrowski. And that ball probably wasn't Brady's best throw, so.
No, and I think when you're young like that and a quarterback and you're trying to throw the ball a long way, you really have to set your back foot. And he was kind of moving that way, and it kills the velocity of the ball.
All right, 2nd down, 20 for the Saints. Kriske swings left, got a block out there, but quickly picked up, and
Nice defensive play.
good tackle that time, I think, by number 6, Vincent Scaramucino. And that was a good tackle on a
Very nice tackle,
dangerous
yeah.
runner. And third down now for the Saints, and a lot.
There really isn't a 3rd and 25 play. We're going to have to do this a little at a time.
You don't have that in the playbook.
Throw it short and hopefully he runs.
A lot of times you'll see a screen or a,
Yeah, this is a yards after catch play.
or potentially a draw or another one of those swing passes and hope someone misses a tackle. Matt Blislip out left. Blislip right, Schwiger left. And Kriske, quick step, good moves, and he does get a bunch back.
Yeah, he does.
Close to the original line of scrimmage, out to about the 46 or 47. Good run by Evan Kriske. He's a junior, another one of the juniors that are really predominant in this team. And the Saints, I think, are electing to punt. Lenarski comes back out. And trying to maybe reestablish field position. Pin Cros-Lex deep. Lerma will go back. Lenarski. High punt. Right-hand side. Good bounce for St. Clair again. And going to be topped at about the 26-yard line. Cros-Lex will take it over. 14 seconds left in the first quarter. They lead 7-0. And Pioneer football on their own 26.
Which is a refreshing location from St. Clair's viewpoint. At least it's not the 50.
Yeah, this is plus 25
That's
for St.
right.
Clair as far as
That's
they're
right.
concerned. And that's a, as you say, that's a positive. Now it's up to the defense to hold and try to flip field position and give the Saints an opportunity. Except for the one play, Saints have done a good job, but unfortunately that one play was a big one. All right, Johnson's deep with Scaramucino. Again, Scaramucino, and he's wrapped up. That was Schweihofer that time. Number 78, Lance Schweihofer, just swallowed both the running back and the defense or offensive tackle and made a terrific play. Well, that's the end of the first quarter. Saints behind Pioneers 7-0. Let's turn it over to Channel 6 for a commercial. We'll be right back.
Home Goods and Ace Hardware is open 7 days a week in the Riverview Plaza. Everything you need in hardware, from wiring, paint, tools, outdoor equipment, and even picnic and camping items. Check the specials on Valspar paint and the Ace Hardware specials. St. Clair Home Goods and Ace Hardware also has a complete gift department with candles, outdoor furniture, grills, and much, much more. St. Clair Home Goods and Ace Hardware.
All right, welcome back, everyone. John Carter along with Coach Denny White. And Coach, kind of a typical first quarter there is Saints couldn't really get out of their way in offense. Played pretty good defense, but Pioneers broke free for one big play, and they lead 7-0.
Yeah, I think it's what you would expect. Both teams are trying to figure out stuff. They're checking to see, does this work? Does that work? What kind of adjustments does the defense make? And there was the one really good block for Cros-Lex that sprung the runner, and they scored.
Okay, Joy Johnson comes back out. Second down and about 12 and a half or 13 yards as Lance Schweihofer made a great play at defensive end on the last play of the first quarter and turned away the play for Cros-Lex, virtually about 2-yard loss. Again, Cros-Lex with his double wides. Johnson and Scaramucino in the backfield. And you can see, again, the Saints, no safety. Johnson looks deep. He has some room. Up the middle.
And that's the downside. Nice tackle.
Good tackle. Number 9 again, Sean Donaldson, second time called his name. Great tackle in the open field against a tough runner. And that'll be third down. It'll be third and about 4 yards, maybe 3 or 4 yards, and Donaldson probably saved a bigger gain, Coach.
I think that he did, and you know, you realize that Sean is an outside linebacker, so he was out in coverage that time and had to come back up once the quarterback started to run.
All right, Johnson again in that pistol. Another drop back. And thrown away by Johnson. Excellent rush that time. That was Schweihofer and I think number 36, Aiden Gadecki. Second time we've talked Aiden's name. Oh, I'm sorry, that was 34, Joe Phillips. Linebacker Joe Phillips with a good rush up the middle and put pressure on Johnson. He had to throw it away. 4th down and about 4 now from Cros-Lex, their own 32-yard line. And you have to assume at this point they will punt. Saints, though, do not have a safety back. This is a little surprising. Johnson, nice punt. Over the head of Schweiger and down to about the 14-yard line. And he's really controlling this game with his leg right now.
He's a weapon, and you have to account for him on every play, and he's the player that you don't account for.
All right, so much for field position. Saints will take it over actually on their own 15. Instead, trailing 7-0. Brady Gleason, number 12. Junior starting his first game at quarterback. Saints lost a lot of talent off last year's team. Count Augusta, Ben Davidson, Ian Jansen, all important players, 3-year starters on offense. And Saints having just a little problem getting their offense started here in this first game of the season. Number 4, Sullick, wide left. Gleason under center. Krisky got a little bit of room. Nice move, and he gets about 5 or 6 there. Good movement in the middle, and the Saints have a positive play. Give them 6. 2nd down and about 4. And you're sure the Saints would love to get some sort of running game going here. And but it's been tough. Cros-Lex got some big boys across the front, and not a lot of room.
They are big in there, and they're not being moved very far.
Gleason again had a fumble, picked it up, and more or less stopped there. No gain. It'll be 3rd and about 4 or 5. Number 71 for Cros-Lex. Pilecki. Actually, it was 75, which we don't have a number for, or a name for, I should say. There's a number for him, just no name.
I'd also like to find out how much he weighs, because he's a big fella.
Yes. Number 28, Henson comes back in for the Saints. 3rd down, about 4. This is really a run-pass option down. Have to see what the Saints elect to do. Sullick and Henson are wide left here. Gleason pumps, got it to Schweiger right in the middle, and good pass, good pattern run that time. Watch Schweiger, he'll come from the far side and find middle, a little bit of opening in the zone. That's a little bit after the pass is completed, but a really good throw by Gleason.
That was excellent. Maybe that's what he needs to get going. That was really well done.
And Saints first down out now at the 43. Krisky deep. Inside handoff, number 28, Henson. And he's hit hard by number 57 for Cros-Lex. That's Blake Falter. And that was a collision right there.
Absolutely was, and that's one of those things that if you can get the passing game going, it opens up the running game. If you can get the running game going, it opens up the passing game. They need, one of them needs to start to work.
About a 2-yard gain that time for Henson. Gleason again under center. Ruba and Kriske in the backfield. Ruba this time, and there's nowhere to go. Good penetration again. We'll call on number 57, Blake Falter, and he kind of blew up that play, got low, and nowhere for Ruba to go that time.
And number 75, whomever he may be.
Yeah, he goes one direction forward.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
All right. Gleason getting the play from Gary Griffin. And I think the Saints going to take a timeout. Well, a little bit uncertainty as to what they wanted to call that time. They'll bring the offense over for a little consultation. Want to mention special thanks to Lisa Winston, Michelle Ackitts, and the volleyball program for running the concession stand tonight. And ticket takers are Patty McCormick, Caitlin McCormick, Betty Holliday, Sharon Lukasak, Mary Harris, and Francie Quayle. Sideline medical staff, trainer Dave Gravemeyer and Dr. Joe Feminino. Takes a lot of people to put on a football game, and it's great to have everybody out here. As I said already, a beautiful night. Nice time to start already. Not having to worry about snow or anything like that, Coach. And makes for a pleasant Thursday evening here in St. Clair.
No snow, no rain. Just leave the windows open and watch the fun.
All right, Saints, 3rd and 10. This Cros-Lex defense has been difficult to break. Schweiger out right, Selleck left. Gleason rolls right.
There he is. Oops.
And intercepted by Lerma. Saints had someone open behind the secondary, but Isaac Lerma with the interception. And it's Pioneer football. That play has some possibilities, Coach, but unfortunately, short pass was just a little bit short.
Yeah, I think that was another one of those that if he would set his feet, then he gets more distance on the ball. He was up in the air on that one.
Yep. All right, we're having a discussion here. Not sure what the problem is. Maybe did Cros-Lex call timeout, or not sure what the discussion is.
Penalty.
Did not see what happened. Referees are discussing it. We'll see what the motion is, what the indication is from the referee. Dead ball foul. Personal foul against Cros-Lex. Maybe a late hit or something, but that helps the Saints because it puts Cros-Lex back at their own 25. Still their ball, but it'll be on their own 25 instead of on the 40. All right, Cros-Lex again, Joey Johnson. Same look, double wides, Scaramacino and Johnson in the backfield. In motion, number 4 is Lerma, and good reaction by the Saints defense. Number 36, Aiden Gadecki with a tackle, but really the entire defense reacted well, that kind of mini reverse. And 4-yard gain for Cros-Lex. 7 minutes, 25 seconds here, second quarter. You're watching St. Clair Saints football. CTV Channel 6, John Carter along with Denny White. First night of football for St. Clair this fall. Saints trail 7-0. 2nd and 6 for Cros-Lex. Johnson fakes this time.
There you go.
And excellent play. Well diagnosed. That time, Griefor and Phillips did not fall for the fake, and they were there to meet Joey Johnson behind the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of about 2. And it'll be 3rd down and 8. Passing down here for Cros-Lex. Johnson deep. Triples to the near side. Low snap, but he picks it up. Rolls right. Deep throw. Knocked away nicely. Number 10, Lenarski, came back to that ball. That ball definitely had a chance. And Lenarski, with an excellent defensive play, last minute knocked it away. And it's incomplete for St. Clair, and that'll be 4th down for Cros-Lex. That's a dangerous play, that ball up the middle like that. Mistime your leap, and
it's a touchdown.
And it's a touchdown,
Absolutely.
exactly. On the run, Johnson left at that ball about 45, 50 yards. That's impressive. Johnson, Joey Johnson deep. High punt. Schweiger with the fair catch call. And he makes it at about the 41-yard line. It'll be St. Clair football. And need some excitement here for St. Clair on the offensive side.
Yep, it's time to move the ball. I think it's interesting that you watch Joey Johnson, and he's a do everything kind of player that you already knew, but he's a right-handed passer and a left-footed kicker.
I have a grandson like that. He's odd too. All right, again, in the pistol. Got to wait for the referee to come.
For the referee to get on the right side.
Yep. All right, 1st down for St. Clair. Gleason in the pistol, about 5 yards deep. Quick throw.
There, okay.
Schweiger got some room. Nice block out front by Selleck, and Saints pick up about 15. Now watch this as a quick little hitch throw to Schweiger. And he beats one. Got a nice block for number 4, Selleck, and able to gain another 6 yards, Coach.
A nicely conceived play. That's one of those they did early on in the game they're coming back to now.
All right, 1st and 10 for St. Clair. They're inside Cros-Lex territory. Dearly'd love a score here before the end of the first half. Grisky's got some room to the right. Cuts back. Number 15, Austin DeVue for Cros-Lex. Actually did a pretty good job. I thought that play had possibilities, and he was able to bring down Krisky after about a 5-yard gain.
Well, I think one of the things that's apparent is Cros-Lex is really a strong tackling team.
Yeah, they've made a couple nice plays in the open field, really, where it's hard finding the runner sometimes. All right, Selleck, Schweiger, left. Lislip and Dombrowski. Deep throw here.
There he is.
Selleck's out there. It's got it. And touchdown, St. Clair. Beautiful throw from Brady Gleason. And Scott Selleck faked the hitch and was gone on the sideline. And here comes a replay of that great throw by Gleason. And Coach, you can see that ball's in the air, and Selleck really didn't have any problem, and he beat the defense into the end zone. And that should give Brady some nice confidence as he goes into half.
That's what happens when your back foot is firmly planted in the ground. You get all the distance you need.
Perfect, good call, let's say, first of all, by the coaching staff, but perfect throw from Brady Gleason. Good route by Selleck, and the Saints convert, I think, Lenarski with the extra point, and it's a 7-7 ball game.
There, that better. That feels a whole lot different.
Big play with just 5 minutes left here in the first half. Saints hit their first touchdown of the season. Gleason to Sullick about, I think it was a 45-yard or 55-yard pass. All right, for the first time tonight, Saints will be kicking off. That's also big because Cros-Lex gets the ball first in the second half, and you don't want them to have that back-to-back possession. And this is really a good deal for Saints to get on the board like they have.
I think it's a huge confidence builder too.
All right, number 1, Evan Krusky will be kicking off. Deep for Cros-Lex are the Scaramucino, I assume, brothers, cousins. How many Scaramucinos can there be in Croswell? Obviously, at least 2. And Krusky, nice kickoff, deep, down to about the 9-yard line. Vincent comes up, and he's taken to the ground quickly.
Nice coverage by the Saints.
Number 30, Brendan Ruba with a tackle. That's the second time we've called his name, and good defense, good coverage that time by St. Clair. It'll be Cros-Lex football on their own 23. Looks like the 23. Oh, there's a penalty. I didn't see that. And it looks like the Saints are moving backwards. They might have inadvertently grabbed a face mask on the tackle. Here's the call from the referee. Personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct, so.
Ooh.
Not sure what caused it, but it'll be 15 yards against the Saints. So instead of starting on their own 23, it looks like Cros-Lex will have the football about at the 38. Unless. I believe that stepped off from the tackle. It's not stepped off from the spot, is it?
They're trying to figure that out right now. Going to have a conference.
And first game for the referees also.
That's right.
Yep, they're going to step it off from the 23. Cros-Lex football on their own 38. Actually, comparatively penalty-free for a first game, Coach. And usually, many times, you'll see a lot of illegal procedures and offsides, and it hasn't happened much. So that's a tribute to both teams and coaching staffs. All right, Johnson, along with Scaramucino. Again, drops back. Oh, good-looking football. Nice throw. Just over or beyond Paul Scaramucino. He came out of the backfield and went straight up the field, and most likely he's being covered by a linebacker, and that's a mismatch.
Yeah, when you have the 2 deep right there, it opens up the middle to somebody coming back across. In this case, the back. He comes out of the backfield, so he's covered by a linebacker.
That ball was very pretty pass, just about 5 yards too deep, and Saints are probably lucky to come away with that being an incomplete pass. All right, second down and 10. Johnson this time hands it off to Scaramucino. He's got some room, and good tackle. I think that was Donaldson and 22 Duncan Gillis.
That's a dangerous play. That was another one of those 1 steps from a touchdown or a breakaway.
Made the play, and as you say, if that hadn't been made, a couple good plays there by Donaldson and Gillis, and just got enough of him to knock him down. All right, big play here. Third down, 6, under 5 minutes to play. Saints need to get off the field here, although this is probably 4 down territory. Johnson changing the play. Again, Scaramucino. This one's, though, good tackle.
Depending on the spot, it should be a first down.
I think it's going to be a first down. Number 9, Kurt Townsend, looks like he got just enough for a first down. Well, maybe not.
There was not a good spot for Cros-Lex.
4th down and about 6 inches.
Yeah, he was past it when he got hit.
Well, the spot shows him 6 inches short, and
A perfect call.
that's we said. That's that helps St. Clair. We'll see if they do a quarterback sneak this time. That's going to be timeout for Cros-Lex. 3 minutes, 56 seconds left. Tie ball game. Saints and Pioneers at 7 apiece. While we have time, let's mention sponsors for the football program. AAA, the Huffmaster Insurance Agency, Allstate Schulte Freeland Agency, Farm Bureau Insurance, Rizepa Agency, Kimball Appliance, LaCroix Riverside Pub and Drifters, St. Clair Chevy and Dodge Thorpe Printing, The Voyager, RBV Contracting, Wesley Orthodontics, Simon Monahan Realtors, St. Clair Lawn Care, PGS Dentistry, and Dr. Shueto and Michigan Neurology and Spine. Sponsors for the St. Clair football program. And Coach, it's interesting. I think the numbers are up a bit this year, and I know you were saying you had good numbers on the JVs. Almost 70 kids total in the football program this
absolutely year. Right. Yep, things are looking good for the St. Clair football program.
And that's great after a couple of down years. Nice, and a lot of underclassmen this year. So, all right, again, spread formation. Johnson, hands off, Scaramacino, and I think he got it. Good tackle. Number 22 at the bottom, again, Duncan Gillis, but I think Scaramacino got just enough for the first down. And he was met right at the line of scrimmage, if not a little bit behind it. And good job by number 7, Paul Scaramacino. Chris Lilly and Jake Knoll are out, spread right, near side to us. Johnson again, Scaramacino, and he's tackled. Good job. Tackle number 20 is Christian Jabiro, but let's give some credit to Lance Schweihofer, number 78, who stood that play up and really extended it and allowed Christian to come up with
Absolutely.
the tackle.
He did his job. He set the edge, and Christian came in and made the tackle. That's how it's supposed to work.
Well-coordinated defense that time by St. Clair. All right, 2nd down, about 8 yards, 7 or 8 yards. Turning towards 3 minutes left in the first half. Johnson rolls left. He's got some room. And comes up quickly. Looked like it might have been Donaldson again.
I'm thinking that, yes.
Sean Donaldson.
Yeah.
He closes quickly, and again, that's a tough play on Johnson, but Sean Donaldson with good quickness, which he has, and made a good play in the open field, knocking down Johnson and setting up a 3rd and about 4.
That was excellently done. He's out on pass coverage, and he has to decide, is the quarterback going to throw it or is he going to run without waiting for him to cross the line of scrimmage.
Good recognition by Donaldson, and Saints, again, looking for 4th down. And that ball is intercepted. Number 20, Christian Jabir with a tremendous defensive play, and he actually bumped the receiver, but you're allowed to do that, Coach, as long as you're going for the ball.
Yep. Well done. Well done. Very athletic play.
That is an awesome play by Christian Jabiro. That was great anticipation, but even better was a concentration as he played through the receiver and made the catch. And
textbook.
St. Clair football on their own 37 with a chance of their own now to take the lead here before the first half ends. All right, Gleason. Up the middle, hard run. Number 30, Brandon Rubaugh with his 2nd carry, and that was a tough run for about 4 or 5 yards right up the middle.
He ran like a fullback that time. Powerful.
He had a couple good runs last year filling in for Ethan Mon, so we know he can run the football. Quick set. Dombrowski, and out of bounds. Nice job that time. Makes the catch, gets out of bounds, stops the clock, and it's first down for St. Clair.
Nice quick hitting play. Boom.
Evan Krusky comes back in. Ensign sits down. First 10 for St. Clair. They're on their own 48. Minute 49 left in the first half. And the Saints offense seems to have a lot more rhythm and I'm just gonna like attitude to it right now.
That's right. It's different. This is not the same. This is not the first quarter offense.
Gleason deep in the
Good.
middle.
Oh.
Tough catch. Had to turn all the way around to make that play, and got hit pretty good. But I'm sure Garrison would like to have that one back. Good throw by Gleason. Good effort by Garrison, but incomplete. Second down and 10. It's tough as a receiver going over the middle and having to turn back off your off shoulder like that. And, hard to handle. All right, second 10. Gleason. Open.
Good.
2 feet down. Nicely done by Selleck. And let's see. He's at the 43, it looks like. And it's going to be 3rd and 1, a long one for St. Clair. Brady's got good timing on some of those throws to the outside, and that ball, it gets out quick, and it's got some velocity on it as well. Gleason under center, 3rd and 1. Back under center. Gives it to Krusky, and good tackle, number 32 for Cros-Lex. Zach Sargent, and loses one probably. That might have been a check off at the line. I'm not sure everybody was on the same page. 4th down. And 2 to go for St. Clair. Maybe a little play action pass here, Coach.
It certainly would be the time for it because I would think that we're going to run the ball. It should open Schweiger down.
Quick call before the whistle. I think there's a problem with the helmet. I'm not sure that's a penalty. Number 54, Maddox Mazel, freshman, starting as offensive tackle, and he's got an equipment problem with his helmet.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a
picked it up.
walk-off.
He just used it as a marker to stop the play.
Lance Schweihofer will come in. I think Maddox has to sit out a play.
Yep.
Timeout is called by St. Clair.
Last time out.
Last time out. No reason to save him. Can't use him in the second half.
No.
Pretty good game here so far. And one of the things we wanted to talk about, Coach, was the BWAC is actually a pretty good football league. There's some excellent football teams in the BWAC. Teams like Algonac, who have done very well in the state. Richmond, another team. This Cros-Lex team, Almont.
Yep.
There's some talent.
There really is, and they're highly competitive. The parity in the BWAC is really hard to believe and fun to watch.
And frankly, you look at that versus some of the lower levels of the MAC, and there's probably as good or better football teams in the BWAC.
Oh yes, yeah.
So this is a tough opener for St. Clair, and I know Marine City oftentimes opens with Algonac, which is another tough opener. So these teams are two pretty good football teams going at each other, 7-7 after all but a minute here of the first half. And a big play now. Saints will try to convert a 4th and about 2 All right, Gleason in the pistol. He's got Evan Kursky behind him. Direct snap. Gleason, long throw. Off the hands of Selleck as Isaac Lerman, number 4, came over from safety to knock it away. Scott had it just a second, but good defensive play that time by Lerma, who sophomore is playing pretty well.
Yeah, really well done. That was great coverage.
And the Saints were hoping that Cros-Lex would be bunched up there looking for a run, and that time Cros-Lex reacted very well. Isaac Lerma with the defensive play, and it'll be their ball, 1st and 10. They've got good field position, and they've got 2 timeouts left, 54 seconds. There's plenty of time for them to make something happen here. Saints need to play defense one more time. Johnson in the pistol with Scaramucino. Under pressure, and again, Schweihofer and Griefor. I think Lance Schweihofer was the first one in. Max Schweihofer and Parker Griefor shared the sack. But again, give credit to Lance Schweihofer, who had the initial pressure and broke the pocket.
Nicely done.
Did Cros-Lex call timeout?
Dead ball.
Sideline warning. That's what the referees usually call when they want a little break.
That's right.
and there is a reason for it. The white border on the sideline. Players are not supposed to be in that area. It's to allow for referees, particularly the side judges, to have free running up and down the sideline when I have to worry about running into a 240-pound player.
Yeah, you certainly don't want a collision on the sideline when you're not looking.
All right, Scaramucino again picked up quickly from behind, number 55 that time, Carson Marquardt, I think, and Joe Phillips. And that makes it 3rd and about 15, I think. And I think Cros-Lex is just going to let the time run out. So after the first half, really good, well-played first half. Saints and Pioneers tied at 7. And Coach, we had a long run from Paul Scaramucino that set up a 6-yard scamper for Joey Johnson for Cros-Lex. And the Saints countered with a long touchdown from Gleason to Scott Selleck, and it's tied up. Any thoughts in the first half?
I think if I'm the defensive coordinator for both teams, I'm pretty happy with what my defense has done. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I have to take what I learned in the first half and try and capitalize on it in the second half. It's like they're still trying. Let's try here. Let's try here, and hopefully we're just looking for the soft spot, and we'll take advantage of it in the second half.
All right, everybody. After the first half, Lexington 7, Saints 7. We'll be back in just a moment with the second half. Let's hear a word from our sponsors once again.
The Murphy Inn and enjoy the pub atmosphere or the dining room, which both offer a diner's menu. Murphy Inn offerings include the best pizza, burgers, ribs, steak, and fish around. Plus, there are great daily specials such as Edda's pasta, chicken, or fish and chips. Karaoke is every Wednesday and Saturday from 8 p.m. until midnight. Murphy Inn hosts live entertainment each Thursday and Friday from 8 until midnight. The Bernhuber family appreciates the opportunity to serve you at the Murphy Inn.
We'd also like special thanks to Lisa Winston, Michelle Atkins, the volleyball program for running the concession stand tonight. We would like to thank the Chain Gang. We'd also like to thank the JV and varsity cheerleaders. Also, the ticket takers tonight, Patty McCormick, Caitlin McCormick, Betty Holliday, Sharon Lukasak, Mary Harris, Francie Quayle. We'd like to thank the St. Clair Fire Department and our sideline medical staff, trainer Dave Grevemeyer and Dr. Joseph Feminino. I think that's everybody. Thank you.
king of pop, or simply MJ. Rarely does an artist garner such universal acclaim and recognition for artistry and popularity. The one and only Michael Jackson. Drum majors, is the band ready? Famous for a 14-minute video and a horror-themed performance that premiered in November 1983, you won't soon forget that no mere mortal can resist the evil of the Thriller. Signal on Motown Records, a song about someone who let their sweetheart go too hastily. A huge hit for the band and their 11-year-old lead singer, Michael. It was a song that began a string of 4 #1 songs in a row. I Want You Back. social messages were often a part of Michael Jackson's slower music. His ballad, Man in the Mirror, reached #1 and focused attention on his personal awakening and affecting change. He asked through his music if we could heal the world.
The one in the guy in the football shirt has got his broken nose. About the block, go. Is that the one you're talking about? Okay, well you're gonna have to wait because I don't know. I didn't even realize he was there.
An upbeat song with a colorful lyric from 1988 was inspired by CPR training. The phrase, "Andy, are you okay?" was developed into a song that became for use in the movie and video games. Watch out, that's the new criminal. Does the lead vocals, the background vocals, and is even featured playing percussion on the recording. Something we can all relate to, working day and night. Ladies and gentlemen, the Marching Saints. The 2018 Marching Saints are under the direction of Micah Volz. Drill by Mark Waymeyer. Original ballad medley arranged by Pat Jensen. Drum major.